Hi, Mr. Cravens here, the College and Career Specialist at Desert Edge High School. Today we're going to talk about understanding your financial aid award. So you've applied to college, you've been accepted, and they've given you a student account. And somewhere in that student account, you're going to find all the information you need about how much it's going to cost to go to college there and what kind of financial aid that you're being awarded. How are you going to pay for college? So you're going to look for something called an award letter. Sometimes it goes by different terms like an offer letter or something else, but basically it'll have all the same information. It's available on your student account. If you can't find it, simply ask your rep. They'll be able to help you find it. If your college representative can't help you, call the financial aid office and they'll direct you right to that award letter. Just ask for the award letter. Well, as I said, while they may be look a little bit different between schools, if you have a couple of colleges that you're looking at or more, they may look a little different, but they basically contain all the same information, starting with the cost of attendance, what it's going to cost to go to school there, and how you might be able to pay for that. So after you've deducted all your free financial aid from the cost of attendance, what's left, and how you're going to pay for the rest of your college for the next 4 years. Want to start with the first part of that, which is the cost of attendance. What does it cost to go to college? And again, that's going to be listed on your financial aid award letter. And look for these items. You're going to look for the tuition, typically a fixed amount. Won't change between different students or anything like that, but it's usually the largest amount that you'll find on there. The next item you'll see is room and board, might be called housing and meals. That amount could vary a little bit. They're going to take an average typically in there, depending on your meal plan and your housing choices. That might go up or down a little bit from what's estimated. Books and fees, same thing, depend on some of the courses that you're taking. Some of the fees or books might vary a little bit, but they're going to take an average in there. Those are referred to as direct costs. The tuition, room, board, books, and fees. Those are direct costs. Those are paid for out of your student account. Then you'll have some indirect costs of going to college. It might be transportation, getting back and forth. There are some other living expenses like laundry and other things. You're not paying that to the school, but it's a cost of living on your own and such. And you really should consider it as part of your cost of attendance. Some schools include it, some don't. The amount may vary a lot, but you should consider those additional costs as well as part of the cost of attendance. I'm going to give you a little heads up on where you can find some of those costs and what they might look like. I'm showing you the Desert Edge High School website, and on top you'll see the orange bar. The way to find what we're looking for here is to go to the Parent and Student Resources tab on the orange bar in the middle. As soon as you click on that, there'll be an appendix. For one of the first things you'll see in the appendix is financial aid. Click on that, it will take you right to this page. And on this page, you're going to go way down to the bottom. Mostly it's FAFSA information, but you're going to go way down to the bottom right side and you're going to see a cost of attendance worksheet. And I'll expand that a little bit so you can see it. The bottom right hand side, cost of attendance worksheet. When you click on that, you'll see that I've taken the four major colleges in Arizona and listed out their typical costs, their posted costs. So you're going to have tuition, and then you're going to have housing and meals. It subtotals those two items. Then you're going to have books, fees, supplies, and their estimates for those costs. And then you have the direct costs, like we talked about. Then you're going to consider transportation and other. These are not these are costs that are paid for out of your pocket, but worth considering. So those are all estimates by those schools. Grand Canyon does not provide an estimate, so that $3,000 is a number I just threw in there to make this all apples to apples comparisons. But you'll see that regardless of the school that you're going to attend here, that the general cost is around $30,000 per year, plus or minus a little bit. And again, depending on your choices, might cause that to go up or down a little bit, but around $30,000 a year is the cost of attendance. You could apply the same rules here to any other school that you're looking at, either in Arizona or outside of Arizona. So that's the cost of attendance. Now, how are you going to pay for all of that? Well, here's some ways. Academic scholarships provided by the college. Typically, that might vary depending on your grade point average. I've seen as low as maybe 2,000 if you get any. $2,000 or $10,000 to $12,000 a year just on academic scholarships for really great grades. Then you might see grant money that's the most amount of grant money is typically supplied by what's called a Pell Grant. And you are offered a Pell Grant when you complete your FAFSA. And if you meet certain financial aid requirements, they might give you up to $6,000, a little bit more per year in free money from the federal government. There may be other scholarships and grants that are offered by the college. A lot of colleges have grant money available for that's need-based, based on your financial situation, as well as other kinds of scholarships. And those might be automatic, or those might be things that you actually apply for from the college's scholarship program. So once you've got your own account, it will give you access to the scholarship information from that school. So go in there and dig around, and if you're going to be a teacher, you're going to be an engineer, you're going to be a nurse, whatever the things are that you're majoring in and such, you may be able to find additional scholarship money in that resource. Great resource. Next, of course, is outside scholarships and grants that you might be eligible for. Every year here at Desert Edge, we have the Estrella Rotary Club, for example, gives $3,000 scholarships. Just complete an application, and several students get it each year. The Goodyear Avondale Education Foundation provides scholarship, or some scholarships, several scholarships for our students that graduated from the Avondale elementary school system. So there's lots of local scholarships. There's churches. There's other groups that offer scholarships. Employers offer scholarships. So lots of other scholarships that may be available to you in there. If you have the option, you typically do on your financial aid page to accept those grants and scholarships, all of them. And of course, you want to do that. Once you've decided that that's the college you want to go to, you want to accept all of those. It's free money, not really a big decision to make. The next thing to look for is work study programs. These are campus jobs. They're great programs because you can you sort of pick the job that you want, and they'll work totally around your school schedule. You don't have to leave campus for it. And you can make $2,500 to $3,000 a year typically in a work study program. So if you're eligible for that and you've checked the box when you completed your FAFSA, you may be eligible for a work study program. And even if you didn't check the box and aren't offered, you can do a little investigation at the college that you're in and see if those kinds of jobs are still available for you. Okay, you've gotten all that free money and a little bit of work study program money, and you still owe some to the school. How are you going to pay for that? Well, one of the ways you might pay for it is student loans. Those are referred to as subsidized and unsubsidized loans. They're typically up to about $5,500 a year total. They're paid for after you leave college, and no credit check is required. So you can get another $5,500 a year that way. After that, hopefully your parents are able to assist you in your college education. So there are federal Parent Plus loans that are available. Again, if they've completed the FAFSA with you, they may be offered a Parent Plus loan. That's a good first option if it's available to you. They're low interest rates. A credit check is required to get a Parent Plus loan. And then any local financial institutions, or savings and loans, for example, or banks, all offer loans to college students, potential college students. So, don't worry about if you simply check the box on your financial aid letter that says I accept the loan. You'll know when you've really accepted the loan when you sign a whole bunch of documents that are several pages of documents that talk about paying that back. But if you need to, then that's another option on how to pay for college. So you've gotten scholarships and grants and work study and loans, and you still have money to pay for college. You can do that if you happen to have cash. You can simply write them a check. More likely, you will take a look at any payment programs that they have. So if you still owe a few $1,000s more, and simply work out a payment program where you owe them X amount of money per month that you're in school. So you can check with the school's financial aid office, and they'll give you all the advice you need on how to pay for college on that particular one. So again, you might have several colleges that you're looking at, and you want to put these financial aid letters side by side and see what it costs and see how much money out of pocket that that you're going to have to spend, or how much in loans that you have to take out to go there, and make that part of your decision process on which college you want to go to. So you may have two or three colleges that are your favorites, and you kind of match up the cost of actually going there, what it's going to take out of pocket, and make your decision based on that as well. I want to point out this is what one of those financial aid offer pages will look like. This happens to be Grand Canyon. They refer to it as a budget sheet. Same thing. And you can see it lists the tuition and fees and a bunch of other things. Um, in many cases, they'll split this out between semesters. So as they've done here, where there's a fall and a spring semester, the cost of attendance for this particular individual is $13,154.68 per semester. And then on the bottom part of that page talks about the scholarships that they've been offered. So $3,700 each semester, and a few other grants and other things down there for a total of $4,300. So it looks to me like they have what, $9,000 almost each semester to kind of cover with loans and other ways that they can manage how to pay for their college education. So that's what you're looking for. That's what one of those offer letters will look like. So, lastly, I would just want to wish you good luck. You can always contact me at jcravens@agrafria.org, and I'll be happy to answer your questions about college scholarships and such. And good luck to all.